Okay. Martin Leidtke World Cup Culinary Cooking Challenge Part 2 just about to start now. Okay? I am going to make some cheese, deep fried cheese curry with aubergines, fried potatoes. Look at that tomato. See the size of it? Huge. Got some garlic. Got my onions chopped. I got ginger ready. I got coriander seeds, fenugreek seeds, some cumin seeds, halloum seeds, and some fennel seeds. And then for my initial spices, I got some cayenne pepper, some turmeric, some coriander, a little bit of cumin, and the king of all spices, hing, the saffetida. So, to do the cheese, you start here with a little bit of butter, and you have to cover the entire pan at the bottom with some butter, because once you boil milk, it's gonna stick, and that's the last thing that you want, right? Oh, look, I'll put the phone on this stand in a second. There you go. There it is. So you butter out the bottom of the pan, rub it all with butter so the milk doesn't stick. And this is if you're having people around, it's 1 liter per person. I'm going to do 3 liters. It says bio on it, which means organic. Everything that they say is a lie, so I don't know whether it's true or not, but it does make good cheese. In here I got olive oil, butter, and mustard seeds. When it's hot enough, the mustard seeds start popping, pop, pop, and then you know it's time to put in the spices. To make the cheese, I'll be using fleur de citron, lemon juice, and cider vinegar, a little bit of cider vinegar for the taste. Over here I got my cheese cloth ready to collect the cheese. In the bottom there's a saucepan to collect the whey that comes off. The whey you can use to make juices the next day, straight away the next day. Juices with yogurt mixed up with that, they're delicious. Or you can make a soup with it, but after 24 hours you got to chuck it out. I will be using it to put the cheese back into after it's cooked to soften it up. So, let's get this party started. So, in goes the milk, like this. You know how to pour milk, I don't need to show you how to pour milk. 3 liters. No, it's not, it's down to 2.5. Somebody opened that one. I usually keep a half-fat milk for ordinary stuff, and just the full-fat milk for cheese. But then someone comes along and decides that they want to stick my milk for cheese in their stupid cornflakes or something, and then I get shafted. Now, going on a gas, you don't want it on too high, you don't want it cooking too fast. That'll do it, right? And that's going to take about 20 minutes or so. So butter, olive oil, mustard seeds. Let's get this crackling. We'll get back to that in a second too. Okay, things are starting to sizzle. Now watch this. That's it now. Butter, olive oil, mustard seeds getting hot. You can see the butter starting to burn. Hing, a saffetida, goes in first. Whoosh. It starts to cook. You shake it around. Give it about 5 to 10 seconds to mix through everything. And then in go the spices. Like that. Shake them around. Shake it all about. Big shout out to Martin for posting my video from the other day. And the challenge is on. Give that a couple of minutes for the spices to start bubbling in there. Then in go the seeds. Bum bum. In go the seeds. You can hear them starting to crackle. Have to be real careful not to burn stuff. Then in goes the ginger. Right? Hear that? Wow! That's happening now. Give the ginger about 10 seconds to get through everything. 4 small onions. Whack, in they go. If you could smell it. That smell up hasn't been developed yet. Give it a good stir all around. Get everything covered in everything. Look at that. Yep. And then get the lid on. And then turn it down so you don't burn the onions. Right? That's a very important start. So, got my aubergines all diced up. Yum, yum, yum. Got my tomato all diced up. Yeah, yellow tomato, tomato. I really have to say I really loved all your comments the other day from the video from the other day. And one of them said I should get myself something, what do you call it, to lift the lids off the saucepan. I got one. I just keep forgetting to use it all the time. My fingers have been burnt so many times. Anyway, it'll be a little while yet. So the onions are about half cooked, 3/4 cooked, and then a little sprinkle of salt for absorption, and a little bit of black pepper for taste. Give that a mix up. In a couple of minutes, in goes the aubergine and the tomatoes. Okay, so I reckon it's time to put the aubergines in. God. Right, yum, aubergines. In they go. Oh, like that. Give them a good mix through. Get everything all mixed together. Again, when the aubergines are half cooked, you add another little bit of salt and pepper for them to absorb that as well. The onions have already absorbed theirs, so they're not going to get any saltier. See? Huh? What? And once you do that, because the aubergines have quite a lot of water, you can turn it up a little bit. Because if it's turned up when the onions are cooking, it'll burn them. Look at this cheese is starting to steam. In 5 minutes, I'm going to chuck in the tomato. When the aubergines have cooled, dropped down a little bit, I've got to keep an eye on this here. It doesn't boil over on me. Cover the whole place with white milk. Don't forget to use white milk when you're making cheese. And full fat white milk. If you can't use half fat cheese. It always has to be full fat. You need to get the maximum out of it. Now, aubergines are kind of like half done. So I'm going to chuck in the tomato. There we go. Sizzle, sizzle. Oh, just a bit. Give it a mix through. I'll salt the aubergines and tomatoes, salt and pepper them at the same time. Won't be doing too much of seasoning. You definitely don't want to overdo it. Look at that. Look at that. At least it stops everything from burning. Keep a kettle of boiling water handy in case you do overcook something, so you can pour in a little bit of boiling water and mix it back up again. But watch your temperatures. So things are going well, I think. I don't know. But yeah, they are going well. Again, now it's time for, again, a bit of salt over everything. Another little bit of black pepper. Very important to season in stages. Each ingredient needs its own seasoning. Yeah, the milk is coming along nicely. I'm going to be doing a rice as well with cashew nuts, peas, Pt.2, and a little bit of turmeric to yellow it, give it some color. I'll show you that also. And yeah, let me say, gotta chop up my potatoes. Magic, eh? I swapped things around when you weren't looking. I put the curry on the back burner and brought the milk forward because it's going to happen next. And I got to keep a close eye on it and be up close to it when I do it. I'm going to give you the greatest bird's eye view of it that I can. I need a taller camera stand. I need a director and a producer and a crew to do this. This is a one-man show. You know, they say a watched pot never boils. It's not true, but it is true tonight. I'm standing here watching it and it's not boiling yet. Let me see. What's this doing? Oh, sizzling. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Woohoo! Woohoo, Pam! This is actually beginning to rise up slightly. Get back to it in a second. Okay, the milk is boiling. So you turn it down. That's what I've done now. Just turn it right down and you get the lemon juice. Okay, how much lemon juice? Quite a bit. Half or 3/4 of a glass full. I might have to even add a little bit more to it. And don't forget cider vinegar. Cider vinegar. Both can be used as a cutting agent, as they say. Separates the solids from the whey, right? And some people use rennet from a calf's stomach. I never buy cheese with rennet in it, ever. I always go for the biological, bio-organic, non-violent touch. Don't stir it. You never stir it. You just let it sit there for a few minutes, give it a few little shakes, and check the sides of it like that. Get back to it. You can turn the heat up on it slightly, just so when the moment it starts to bubble again, you see it bubbling, you turn it right back down again. And you still keep giving it a little bit of a shake. If you don't have it starting to separate, you can throw a little bit more lemon juice into it. Give it another couple of little shakes. Yeah, you can turn it up and down, but the moment it bubbles, you turn it back down. That's it. I don't know if you can see, let me bring this over. Look, it has separated. You see, you've got this green whey, comes from green grass, and then you got the cheese in the middle. Gas is off, you turn it off. Now, here comes the next bit. Watch this. Burning myself with the steam. But you hold back the cheese so you can get as much liquid out of it as possible. Like that. You turn it around, the liquid's on the other side. Genius, eh? Genius. You see, people who don't eat meat, if you invite them around, or people who eat meat, you invite them, this guy and his wife, I invited them around one night and they thought they were eating chicken. She was going, look, this is chicken. I thought they were vegetarians. There's no fucking else. But again, you don't need to kill the cow to get all the benefits from it. All you need to do is feed the cow good grass, and it'll give you 90 tons of milk throughout its life. And you can eat it, eat cow, and at the same time still have your cow. I mean, it's called having your cow and eating it, yeah? Not cake. Look at that. Look at that. Whoops. Now, we just splice it out there a little bit, get it flattened out. Like so. Brilliant. Now you turn the cheesecloth over on it, that way. this way, that way, and then this way. And you get yourself a small plate, which I had. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Give it a little bit of a squeeze, like that, just to get it squeezied out. Now, let me pull this back slightly here, so you can see what I'm going to do. Look at that. Get it on the plate. Try and centralize it as much as possible. Important to be centralized. That's not centralized. God darn it. Meaning in the middle of the plate. Now, speed. Put the lid on that, get it out of the way. Put the other plate on top of it like this and give it a little squeeze. Not too much, you don't squeeze the shit out of it, right? Don't know, can you see me there? Yeah, you don't squeeze it too much, but you just squeeze it enough until the water starts to run out of it. And I'll do that on all four corners. Like so. And again, like so. Now, then, can you see? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Peel the cheesecloth off. 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 That's like 5 times off. Look at that. That nice. Now, put that plate on top of it. Turn it upside down. Take off the plate. Pull off the cheesecloth. Look at that. Right, tell you what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to put it in the fridge. Over in my friends over in America, you call it the cooler. So I'm going to put it in the cooler for a few minutes to cool it down. And then I'm going to cut it up into slices and turn it on. Okay, time to slice up the cheese. I got a nice sharp knife. Nice chunky squares like that. Are we rolling? We are rolling. Sideways. Nice and chunky. Forgive me for not talking while I'm doing this. I don't want to cut the finger on myself. Now, okay, so break off the pieces, set them into your deep fryer, nice and gently, softly, separate it. And again, the oil is cold right now. I haven't turned up on the heat yet. You drop it into cold oil, not hot oil. As soon as it gets in there, you can turn it up. I should be dressed up for this. I'm dressed like a tramp. I was on my roof this morning, roof repairing. Got to cut grass tomorrow. Got more tiles to cut tomorrow. Busy man, me. And on it goes, lowest heat, drop it down. Every few minutes, let me turn this around here towards the fryer. Every few minutes, as it begins, you give it a little up and down so it doesn't stick. If it sticks to it, it's a nightmare to get it off. So, preparing for my rice. I got my Indian basmati rice ready. Give it a real good wash. Always give it a real good wash. You never know whose fingers have been in it, yeah? So only Indian basmati rice, watered from the snowy rivers of the Himalayas. Yeah, none of that plastic rice from China. And cashew nuts split in half. Yeah, a little half teaspoon of turmeric for color, and of course a bowl of Pt.2, as they call them in France. That's small peas in American, okay? And saucepan ready with some butter in the bottom, okay? I'll watch this as it goes anyway in a few minutes. It'll be a few minutes, yeah. Have a look in there if you can see. That's always bob the cheese up and down so it don't stick. So that's how you do it. It will be getting there soon. So let's get this rice started. I'll put the heat on under the butter. Now, before it, whoops, need a spoon. Wasting time. Before it gets too hot, in goes the turmeric, okay? There we go. Don't let the butter burn, but you need it hot. In goes the cashew nuts, like so. Get them turned around in it. And then in goes the rice. Beautiful. Give it a good stir around. Get all the yellow. See? Yellow. Get them all yellow. Look at that. Look at that. Noisy, huh? In goes the peas. They're frozen, they're cold. But, doesn't matter. Give them a good mix through. Still hear it sizzling. Now you cover it in boiling water, about a centimetre above the rice. That's French. Yeah, Roman. Centimetre, half an inch if you are living in the real world. And of course, don't forget salt. How much salt? About that much. Yeah, in the middle. Boom. Give it a stir. Turn it right down. As low as it can go. And stick the lid on. 15 minutes, you got rice. 15-20 minutes, I'm going to be eating. What do they call a half an inch in France? Don't know, man. They use the metric system over there. They don't know what a goddamn half an inch is. Okay now, so the chunky, hunky, dory cheese is ready. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so what I do with this is I chuck it into the whey that came off the milk. Because any little sharp ends, you know, can be a little bit squelchy in your mouth. And you don't want that, yeah? It's like Martin Leidtke cooking raw peppers in his curry, not cooking them first, but chucking them in uncooked. Then when people go and bite them, you know, like when you get a vegetarian pizza over in Ireland, what the stupid things they put on it, onions, sweet corn, and peppers. And you got to take the peppers out and you got to throw them out because you can't eat them because they're uncooked and they're squelchy in your mouth. So if you don't stop doing it like that, you're going to lose points. But if you do it like that, then when you invite people around for dinner, the stuff won't be squelchy. And they won't be calling you the squelchy welchy. Where'd that come from? Now, the potatoes. You see that there? You don't cut them long, you cut them into little squares like this, okay? Tiny little squares. and you deep fry them first. Right? You cook them before you put them in the curry, so that when people are eating the curry, they've got chippy, fried potatoes in it already, and not just boiled potatoes. Now, in they go. Rice is cooking. Stick the lid back on that there. That just softens up the cheese, and when the cheese, in 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, I take it out and I chuck it in the curry. And the rice is out. There you go again. The rice is cooking. And when the potatoes come out of there, the rice will be ready. Everything goes in here. And I'll just show you my few little final touches when I get that far. Okay, about 10-15 minutes has passed. And now it's time to pull the cheese out of the way and chuck it in on top of the curry. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Oh, chunky. I'll be back in a second. Let me just, and you can chuck this out now, the way, because you've oiled it up. Yeah, and once you've oiled it up, then have a gander at that there. Now, let me just get my spoon, spoon it through, like so. Mix it all up nicely. Now, got a nice big garlic. I've already chopped it up north, south, east, west. Yeah, like into small mini. You cut across the top of it and chop it all up into small pieces, like so. Gives it a lovely, delicious, garlicky taste in it. But you didn't cook the garlic, so it didn't burn or anything like that. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. See that? Right, in it goes, all of it. A few more little bits over here that fell off. As I said to you, I eat everything that I buy. Nothing. I hate it when something drops on the floor. Oh, like a potato, piece of potato, or anything that falls on the floor never goes in the cooking. It goes out to some animal somewhere. Anything that falls on the floor. Now, fried potatoes ain't ready yet. Just mix the garlic through it. I'm going to put it back on the heat shortly, just to get it to bubble again. Look at that! Oh, guess what I just found out? My wife, my soon-to-be ex-wife, because she wants a D-I-V-O-R-C-A. Would you believe? Would you Adam and Eve that? Yeah? She's been down in the Basque country in Spain for the past 5-6 weeks. I just found out she's on her way back. She'll be back tonight. Oh, lucky I've put this together, because when she comes in like at 1 o'clock in the morning starving, this is all going to be ready. Boy, is she gonna miss this. Yeah? So the rice is just about ready. My next move is to, ow! God damn it, all the time, yeah? Is nice chunk like that, organic butter, all right? Unsalted, and all over the top of it. Let it melt. Yeah? Put the lid back on. I'll be turning that off in about 3 minutes. You gotta pour the exact amount of water in. You gotta learn very low temperature. It when the water is all absorbed, the rice is cooked, and there's nothing that's not mushy or anything like that. Get back to you. So here we go. Look at this. Potatoes are ready. Nice and chunky and crispy. Look at that there. Isn't that delicious? In they go over the top. Like that. Ha 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 ha. Now, a little sprinkle of salt over the top of them, just like that, just for them. The lid on. Give that a minute. Now, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Blah, 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 blah. There's a spoon. So, the rice is ready. Oh, delicious. Perfect. Look at that. Peas, cashew nuts, and rice. That's it. All done. Now, that spoon is for the rice. Now, let me just mix all that up. Look, whole big pot. Gonna last me 2-3 days. Oh, wunderbar. That's that, that's that, that's that, and that's that. Beat that, Martin. So that's, yeah, deep fried aubergine curry with yellow tomato and exotic rice. Now, as you know, it's Halloween. Halloween tonight. So, I just heard some kids coming down the road, so I gotta go scare shit out of them. That's it. End of lesson. Much love. Love you all.